They're going to have an explosive offense. If the offensive line can stay healthy, and remember, Zach Martin has COVID. He didn't wreck his knee or tear his calf, or, you know, it's not season-threatening. He got
it's
COVID.
not an injury.
Okay, I guess, and I don't know how hard hit he got by COVID, but he was vaccinated, so that would suggest strongly that he's going to be just fine for the game at Chargers, which I'm starting to fear already, in week 2, right? Okay, so the point is, if the offensive line can stay healthy, I told you CeeDee Lamb is going to have a breakout year. I think he emerges as the #1 receiver. I think he's going to have a big game tonight.
Carlton Davis going to lock him up.
You really believe that?
Jamel, them boys going to lock him up.
I will remind you that Jordan Whitehead is out. He is their starting safety, and he's been their starting safety for the last 2 years. But that kid, Mike Edwards, got to play a lot in the playoffs, and he had a big pick of Drew Brees at New Orleans in the playoff game. And I don't think they'll miss a beat, but at least you have a little bit of an advantage
Winfield
there.
Jr. back there.
He is back there.
Okay.
He is definitely back there, and he wasn't back there for the Green Bay game, remember?
I would need him here in this game.
Okay, well, he'll be back there. That's the last I heard. Is Levante? Yeah, that's the last I heard. JPP, Shaq Barrett.
Sue, Vita Bay. Okay, we good. Y'all doing good then.
But Tyron Smith has to be fresh, right? Lyle Collins has to be rejuvenated.
They're gonna need to be.
Just on sheer rest, right?
Yes.
Okay, if those two have a big game tonight, and I believe they are highly capable of at least playing to a draw with Shaq and JPP. If they can just play it to a draw and keep Dak upright for most of the night, he's going to have a big night tonight, because what struck me the hardest about episode 5 of Hard Knocks, and I told you this yesterday, he has a new serenity about him. We're going to talk deeper about him in just a minute, about pressure on him. It just felt like in episode 5 that he was commanding the franchise, he was commanding the team, that he had made peace with the fact he is now the face of the franchise, and he got paid. He really got paid. He's making $75 million this year.
Skip, you needed episode 5 to get you to realize
I needed to see inside him. I needed to see inside and how he was operating, and he was throwing the fire out of the football.
Just watch the game. Just watch the game. Probably about the second quarter, you'll be able to see inside of him. Because JPP and Shaq Barrett will knock the stuffing out of him.
You think so?
Yeah, I know so.
Okay, how many sacks for Tampa tonight?
3.
3? That's all you're going to go 5.
No, here's the thing, Skip. Sometimes it's not about sacks. It's about the pressure. You know, we just nip it at his feet. Now, you said you wanted to see him play because the ankle, you feel the ankle is 100%.
It appears to be.
It appears to be. But he's really never had to run because, you know, in practice, Skip, I can script it. I got a red jersey on. You can't hit me. I can get after you. Not come game time, your jersey is blue and white. So that means it's hittable.
Okay, I got it. I just have a gut feeling tonight that Tom will get off to a little bit of a shaky start. I don't know why. It'll just be opening night, and sometimes he does get off to a little bit of a not in mid-season sync start.
Man, Tom Brady, did you not see Tom Brady?
I saw he threw for 154 against the Houston Texans. He went right up and down the field, throwing to Chris Godwin and Chris Godwin.
Remember that? What was that? Was that opening night, I think, probably like 10, 12 years ago against Miami? He threw for like 500 yards on opening night.
Yeah,
I've
got the list of his Thursday night games, and he won his first 3, 04, 05, and 2015.
Right.
He beat Indy and the Raiders and Pittsburgh, and he beat the stuffing out all 3 of them.
Right.
It was just Kansas City.
And y'all don't have an Alex Smith. And look, that was the Kansas City clicking on all cylinders. Tyreek was playing out of his mind. The running game was out of their mind. Because, Skip, if you remember, New England got off to a great start. It was the second half in which they blew the game open because they outscored them, if I'm not mistaken, like 21-0. They just blew the game open. So it wasn't like Tom struggled in the second half, but if you look at the first half, Skip, he was playing well. It was like, okay, this is going to be a ball game, and the next thing you know, Kansas City took off on them. Y'all don't have that ability.
That night, Alex Smith went 28 of 35 for 369, 4 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions against Bill Belichick.
Yes.
With a QBR of 91, which is scale 0 to 100, is outrageously great. You just don't see very many 90s.
Right.
And I believe Dak will have that kind of game tonight. I can't go 4 touchdowns, but I will go he'll throw 3 touchdown passes. So I believe that my team, here's the bottom line, will not get embarrassed. You think they'll get embarrassed?
Yeah.
I think my team.
Skip, there's a greater chance he throws 3 picks than 3 interceptions.
Okay, what do you want to bet on that? Okay, what do you want to bet? So you got 3 picks for Dak?
I say there's a better chance he throws 3. He ain't throwing 3 touchdowns. Not against that defense.
Okay, you take 3 interceptions. I'll take 3 touchdowns for 2 cases.
Okay. And what happens if neither happens?
Okay, but if I get to 3 and there are not 3 interceptions, I win.
What if I get 3?
If you get to 3 and there aren't 3 touchdowns, you win.
So, but what if he doesn't throw 3 touchdowns? Period. What if he only throws 2?
Okay, but then it'll depend on interceptions. Will he get to 3?
No, I'm just saying there's a greater chance. Neither might not. There's a chance neither happens.
Okay, if neither happens, there's no blood on this. Okay.
I take it.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I believe he will throw 3 touchdown passes. I believe this game will be close after 3 quarters. You think it's going to be a blowout by halftime. I think it will be close, and I think it will take all of Brady's greatness, all of his goatness, to pull off one clinching drive later in the 4th quarter, and I still believe they're going to cover. I'm going to go 30-21, but I believe it'll be in the range of 23-21 after 3 quarters, and that Tampa will win the 4th quarter 7-0 on a classic vintage game clinching drive by Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
You do realize if Tampa wins 30-21, they didn't cover.
Yeah, they do.
No, that's 8.5.
Okay, but 30-21 is 9, so they would cover. They would cover by half.
No, 9 means you didn't cover.
Yeah, it is. It's
8.5, Skip.
I know it's 8.5, but if you win by 9, you win the game. You win the bet.
Yeah, but I'm saying you're not covering. What part about that didn't you get? Didn't you hear my score?
Yeah, you got them covering by a lot. You got them covering. But it's an 8.5 point game.
No, blowout.
Okay.
I got a blowout.
Okay, you got. I don't have a blowout. Okay. I got them barely covering 9 to 8.5.
Skip, you normally come out here, Skip, and you normally try to be the voice of reason. You try, especially when you're talking about your Cowboys. Now, you watch one episode, Dak give one...
I just think they can play with them for 3 quarters. And like on Tuesday this week, I thought it was going to be a devastation.
So let me get this right.
An embarrassment, an eyesore.
Let me get this right. You're saying a team that you believe is going to go 17-0.
Yep.
A team that's picked to win the least. Now, remind you, Skip, they're only picked to win the least by a game. So 1 game. But you think
some people have them by 2 or 3 games.
No, the people are you. But anyway, that you don't count. Skip, you're not covering. The game's going to be over by the 3rd.
Okay,
you know how Tom mixed that. You know how Tom mixed it up. Little run, short pass, bomb to Mike Evans or AB. AB going to go for 100 on y'all.
Okay, he well might. I think they will run for 120. I think they will run it.
You better hope they don't run for 120, because if they run for 120, he going to throw for 350, because play action going to be there. You better hope.
No.
You better hope Tampa doesn't run for 120.
Well, if he's handing it off, he's not throwing.
No, because guess what happens then? Now you got those linebackers got to step up to try to take the run away.
I think they will take the run and take the run and take it, because all last year, all I saw was people running wild on my Cowboys, and I'm not sure that got fixed.
People did everything on the Cowboys. Did whatever they wanted.
They did, but I'm saying we are 50% better on defense. Dan Quinn will make us 50% better because he's got pieces to work with. Micah Parsons will be the defensive rookie of the year, and I think he will pop off your screen tonight, and he will cause Tampa some problems because he will move all over the formation.
You watch episode 5, right? Mm-hmm. And you heard what DeMarcus Ware told Micah Parsons about what Brady's going to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
He did. But again, you heard the kid. He's got a lot of moxie about him. He's smart. He's extremely confident. And I like how he's very mature for his age.
Yes.
And I don't think he's like stupid confident where he just doesn't understand. I think he does understand the onslaught he's going to face tonight.
Nah, Skip, because for the most part, he's been the best. I mean, he's never gone up against anything like Tom Brady. Because here's the thing. When you're a rookie, you don't know what you don't know. The problem is you think you know everything, but you don't know what you don't know. Okay. And Tom Brady knows what he doesn't know because he hasn't been in the game long enough. He hasn't had an opportunity to study long enough. This is not Ray Lewis. This is not Luke Kuechly now. This is not an Urlacher. He's a rookie. Now, I'm not saying he can't eventually become one of those guys. But he's not that now. Tom Brady understands that, and he knows what he say. My homeboys want me to get it. Skip Bayless want me to get it.
That is correct.
Tom Brady knows he wants to get it.
Yep.
So I'm going to use that against him.
Okay. Randy Gregory will get Tom Brady a couple times tonight. And that will level the playing field. Randy Gregory is going to have a breakout year because he's finally getting a chance.
Okay.
And God
he
bless
got a
him.
chance last year.
He stays upright. So the point is, Zeke will not be a factor tonight because there's going to be no Zach Martin. And Zach. It's Zach. That's the train. It goes right behind Zach. And if you take Zach out, you take Zeke mostly out of the game. So the over-under on his yards are like 55, I think it is. And I don't think he'll get 55 yards because I think they're going to throw the football.
Well, Skip, you can't become one-dimensional. You see what happened when Kansas City tried to become one-dimensional and there was really no threat of running and you just allow those guys to pin their ears back? Is that really what you want to do? I just think Dak's going to have a big comeback night. After not playing the preseason. After not playing 11 months.
I don't love it. I don't love anything. It's been 333 days since he's played